Coming up, Joe Frost gets called in to confront a 5-year-old Dawn Raider.
It's breaking us all. I really am at my end.
But first, Joe is off to see a family about to implode. Meet Josh, an 11-year-old whose violent outbursts leave Dad Buster in a constant state of tension.
Josh is very Jekyll and Hyde. If he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. But there's very little middle ground.
Just go and do as you've been asked, please.
Flip out when people have a go at me.
Mum Tracy struggles with his behaviour.
I might not like him all the time. I don't like him all the time, but I always love him.
You're the worst parents in the history of parents!
Josh's explosive temper is also getting him in trouble at school.
He's sworn at members of the staff. He's had a couple of internal seclusions. He's even stood in front of the class and accused his form teacher of being useless.
School is rubbish. Because teachers are rubbish.
Josh, sit down at the table until we've all finished, please.
It does at times make me feel a failure, but then I look at the relationship I've got with my other 2 children, and it's the relationship that I want.
Go and do what I asked. Shut up! Do not shout at me like that!
His brother and sister, Cameron and Neve, are his favourite sparring partners.
Because then he punches me really fast and it really hurts.
Josh!
Adding fuel to the fire, Josh feels his dad treats him unfairly.
He deals with me differently. He cracks down on me more.
I'm saying to go away! Got your head yet?
If I say something, he'll take that like it's offensive. Therefore, when Neve and Cameron say it, he won't punish them, or he'll punish me.
And don't hurt your mum again, please. With Josh's behaviour, we've been to so many different societies, doctors, mental health workers, and we're trying to find somebody that can break that circle.
There's a family that desperately need my help with regards to their son, who's 11 years old, very defiant, has told his father that he hates him and that he wishes he was dead. So there's obviously a lot of anger and animosity fueling around in this family, and to me it just doesn't weigh up. I really want to be able to go and find out exactly what's going on, why this little boy's so angry, and why this family feel just at a loss of how to deal with this situation.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Joe.
Buster.
Hi. Can I come in?
Yes, please do.
Hi. All right, Josh. So I know your mum and dad are concerned about kind of the stress levels in the house and stuff like that. So I was thinking that maybe we'd go out and we'd take a walk and you could talk to me about the things that you'd like to see change. Yeah, why not? You good with that? Yeah?
Joe's hoping a walk together will help Josh to open up.
In the past, I got bullied.
Tell me, like, how did it make you feel?
Sad, frustrated,
Yeah.
angry, because I don't know. They make me feel like I'm tiny.
Right, so they belittle you? Yes.
And I get called ginger, retard, and then I get called a lot of other swear words. And I bottle up my feelings because it's worse to cry in front of them. So I bottle up my feelings.
So you suppress everything, you keep it all inside and bottle it all up?
I mean, at the end of the day...
Right, it comes out.
It comes out.
What would you like to see happen with your relationship with your dad and your mum?
Stop all the arguing and just become one big happy family, which I would want a lot.
With Josh wanting a closer relationship with his parents, Joe wonders if Josh's dad feels the same way.
So would you say that there's resentment built up?
Possibly. There's shades of mine and my father's relationship in this.
Explain that to me.
He used to hit me, we'd argue.
Yeah.
But I never used to hit him back.
Yeah. So how much of your dad do you see in yourself when you argue with Josh?
Too much for my own liking.
You talk to me about those things?
Well, there are times when I smack him,
Yeah.
and I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
That's what really upsets me. But it tends to be in response to, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 minutes of sustained him grabbing me, pushing me, punching me, kicking me, all sorts.
When you're in a place where you're hitting your child and your child's hitting you back, it's not right, it's destructive, and it needs changing.
Jo's not only helping families at home, but she's also out on the road, helping the 76% of parents who say raising a child is a lot harder than they imagined. Jo will be fielding questions about subjects from food to phobias.
Just worried that all the time somebody might come along with a balloon and then I have to go with it.
I've got 3 girls who think they can do what they want when they want. But it's the physical violence that I just can't ignore.
And that
I'm struggling.
And she's tackling those persistent parental issues head-on with some no-nonsense one-on-one advice.
Just want to give him what he wants. Just want to make him happy.
You can give him what he wants, but you have to give him what he needs first.
And next up, Jo's got a solid solution for the infant that can't stop hitting the bottle.
He won't eat. I try everything, I'll cook him stuff, I'll give him baby food, he just will not eat at all. He gags on it and then he will sit there and be sick.
Yeah. He's got gums, okay? And little lumpy food that is soft that he can break with his gums is not going to choke him. Does that mean that you don't have to be attentive? Yes, you do. But you have to persevere with it. Spoon feed him that food. All right? What you're not going to do is up his milk. Because if you up his milk bottles, then he won't be hungry. Because he does need his food. Because if he doesn't, it's going to, hinder his growth and his sleep and everything else.
He doesn't sleep.
Got Daniel. Hello, darling. How are you?
If I put anything different on his plate, he kicks up, we have tantrum.
Thomas, what kind of foods do you like, sweet?
Toast.
Yeah, what else?
Brown bread.
Yeah, what else?
Chocolate yogurt.
What vegetable do you love? What's your favourite veg?
I don't like any vegetables, but I have to eat peas.
You have to eat peas?
Mummy makes me.
Mummy makes you eat peas. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to give him the control of choosing, okay, which vegetable he's going to eat. And when he says, I don't know, you're going to say to him, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to count to 10, okay, and I want you to decide one. Because if you don't decide one, then I'll just decide one for you, okay? Choice of the 2, all right? And calmly say that's got to be finished. And mean what you say and follow through. Is this your little one here? A nice pleasure to meet you, sir.
Jo's been helping with eating problems all day, but 4-year-old Ella's fussy eating has gone too far, as she's been known to go 7 days without food.
I'll get your fork. Get your fork. No, come on. Ella, what do you want then? Come here.
I've left plates out with like bits of banana or bits of cheese and things like that.
Yeah, and what ones does she take?
None. It just stays there all day. Yes. And that's something the health visitor sort of suggested.
Yes.
And she said, you're going to have to be strong, be firm, cook her food.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't eat it, she doesn't get anything. She went 6 days without
And what happened?
eating anything. After 6 days, I cracked. I said, I can't do this any longer.
I was willing to try it a bit more.
At this age, all right, which are the toddler years, they become very self-sufficient and independent. They want it all their own way. They live in Ella bubble. It's all about their own bubble. Now, this is the biggest hurdle you need to overcome. She knows how long to go.
7 days. I mean, 7 days was.
And I'll tell you what the worst is, because that's what you really you need to know. The worst is that you start to realise she's dehydrating, okay, and she ends up in hospital on a saline drip, and then you go back to the small foods again and you start building them up. Immensely scary for any parent, because you think, oh my word, is something fatal going to happen to them? And no, it's not. I'm here to reassure
That's
you.
why my
no,
wife
it's not.
turned around and said, "I can't do this anymore, Dave." She said, "This is our daughter, and we're hurting her." You know.
You're not hurting her. What you are doing is teaching her new behaviour so that she has healthier eating habits. Thank you. Bye, darling.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
To win the battle with a child who's a fussy eater, you're going to have to be persistent. Refusing to eat is your child's way of controlling the situation, so don't quit. Be prepared for the long haul. It will be worth it.
Coming up, the pressure's on as Josh explodes.
Do you think I really want people to take the piss out of me, Dad? Do you really think that?
Says I threw at you.
And the 5-year-old Dawn Raider gets caught red-handed. Jo is crisscrossing the UK, helping the most desperate parents. Today she's in Ipswich to meet a household where things are going bump in the night. It's just after dawn, and 5-year-old Oliver has woken up with a very unhealthy appetite. His dawn raids with pint-sized accomplice Thomas are really beginning to take the biscuit with Mum Corinne and Dad Chris.
One morning we'd got up and Oliver had eaten 12 packets of crisps from a multi-pack.
Because he's downstairs on his own, it's so early, and the rest of us are all asleep, he's pretty much a law unto himself.
What shall we eat first?
With both tots full to bursting with biscuits, it's not long before they're waking up the rest of the house.
At his worst, Chris and I probably only get about 4.5 hours kip when Oliver gets up really early. Oliver needs to stop raiding the cupboards and the fridge. Just I've had enough. The early mornings is the one that's killing us the most.
What have you been eating, Thomas?
We're just finding ourselves exhausted most of the time, which obviously has a knock-on effect on Chris and I's relationship. Do you want any breakfast, Ollie? Why don't you want any breakfast?
I'm full.
You're full. Why are you full?
He's eating half a tub of Pringles just by himself, ice cream, chocolate bars, yogurts.
It makes us tired, then I'm grouchy and I can't cope with the day, and it makes me quite aggressive and go upstairs and get dressed. Now, just, and you get to your wit's end where you can't cope.
Having tried every trick in the book, Corinne is at the end of her tether.
I have no idea why Oliver gets up so early, why he raids the cupboards. We've put stair gates on his bedroom door, we've put 2 stair gates on his bedroom door. I've had health visitors, they can't help. I've read books, they don't seem to help. And Jo seems to get results.
Well, I've got a mum right now who's absolutely desperate because her kid's raiding the cupboards, eating entire packets of crisps and biscuits galore, when he should be in bed still sleeping, apparently. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna have to get round there and really find out what's going on. Hi, pleased to meet you. Very well, thanks. Jo.
Hello.
Hello, lovey, how are you? Can I come in?
Say yes, come in.
Thank you. Hi. Hi.
To begin with, Jo's got footage of the dawn raiding that she really wants Mum to see.
So not only now we're looking at what he's eating, but we're looking at his safety.
I've moved all those scissors out of the drawers because he could reach the drawers.
Yeah.
And obviously now he can reach the worktops as well.
Yeah.
Jo's heart-to-heart with Corinne is suddenly interrupted as it all kicks off in the garden.
Turn that off now. Why are you turning the tap on? You're not allowed. Why have you done that? You're not allowed to, Oliver.
So how does he understand that it's not acceptable? And where's his warning if it continues?
That's it. I've said to him, that's it. You're not allowed.
That's it, is it?
Yeah.
What do you do to teach him that you're being very serious about what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't mind what they get up to, as long as when I tell them not to, they don't do it.
But they're not listening.
No, I know. He never listens.
But if you're not prepared to give your kid discipline, then how will they know the importance of taking you seriously?
They don't. That's the issue that we've got.
But you don't follow through with nothing. So if you laugh at everything and it doesn't mean anything, how are they going to take you seriously? How do you hold any authority?
I don't. Don't with them, I guess.
The kids are not listening to her, they're not paying any mind or respecting because she doesn't follow through and she doesn't discipline, so there's no expectation of behaviour or any consequences for when they choose not to listen to her.
Corinne's not alone in struggling with maintaining discipline. Out on the road, bad behaviour is on everyone's lips.
Sometimes I shout, sometimes I ignore him.
She just talks over everything I'm saying. She wants my attention. She won't let me give attention to other people.
Doesn't do anything we ask them to do.
All brothers and sisters row, but Louisa and Ali's relentless sibling rivalry is leaving Mum Jane exhausted.
What the hell was that for?
Move there, because I can't see.
What was that for? Slap
You
me
was
in the face in a
annoying me.
minute.
Okay. And what are you doing in my room? Get out.
Day after day, Mum is constantly called on to settle their disputes.
You moan when she's in your room, but when you come in here, just because this is Lily's room as well, does it give you any right to mess with the house?
This one's crap.
Oh, that hurt.
But things are just going from bad to worse.
I just wish they would learn to look out for each other, bond with each other, help each other, and just laugh with each other.
You invade each other's space, you take things off of each other, you go into each other's bedrooms, you don't respect what the other one says. Okay, so there's a lot of disrespect between the pair of you, okay? You've got to teach your children the importance of being able to ask and accept no when it belongs to somebody else. But it has to be done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're looking after 3 toddlers, really.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, I know you both love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you both love each other. You're just not in a place where you like each other all the time. All right?
If your kids are at war, ignore the minor tit-for-tats and let them sort things out themselves. But if things escalate and turn aggressive, make it clear that violence is not the answer and there will be consequences.
Joe has been called to Portsmouth to help with 11-year-old Josh, whose tense relationship with his dad has been fueling his angry outbursts.
You're the worst parents in history of parent.
But he has also revealed to Joe that he's being bullied at school.
I get called ginger, retard, and then I get called a lot of other swear words.
Joe's brought the whole family together to talk about the bullying.
They'll boo him.
Right.
I don't think it's in every lesson.
Right.
It's just in some lessons.
Reaction from Josh, they've told you, has been what?
Well, Josh has sworn in class.
You'll try and shout him down.
And they might end up removing him and taking him to room 41.
Have the teachers explained to you why the booing has started?
I think it's because he disrupts the classes.
Is that what they have told you, or is that your assumption?
That's their belief.
Yeah.
Right, so their belief is because he disrupts the class, that's why the children are booing.
Yeah.
Just hold yourself for a moment, Josh. Keep yourself contained there, just so we can get lots of information.
Josh thrives on one-to-one attention, or he doesn't like the big classroom, and I had a feeling that maybe he was playing on getting himself into room 41.
Yeah.
To get the one-to-one attention.
Right.
Fire.
No, this is what your dad feels. So it's not what.
Wrong. Do you think I really want to take people to take the piss out of me, Dad? Do you really think that?
Since I threw at you?
Josh. Okay, well, let's just keep talking here. The bullies that are in the class that have subjected him and victimised him, are they in the actual class at present?
One of them's actually been excluded from the diary.
Zero tolerance, they've been removed.
Yeah,
Are there any still left in the classroom?
There's one boy, but he's got a very reduced timetable.
Josh, you're going to come down and join us now? This is the only way we're going to get through talking about things, all right?
Now he's calmed down, Josh has decided to come back to the table.
If I get removed...
Yeah.
And I don't usually get removed, it's them that get removed. I don't get removed.
The people who bully normally get removed?
Yeah, I'm not the one disruptive. You've got to learn that.
So at the moment you feel that your dad believes that...
Wrong things.
That you're the one who's disruptive when you're the one who's being bullied.
I need to get back into his thick head of his.
Jo wants to make sure this family starts listening to each other's point of view. So she's set up an exercise where they're going to have to get on a soapbox and start telling each other how they feel.
Someone to talk to and then listen to, and then what I say taken into consideration.
Have you felt like your parents haven't always listened to you?
Sometimes.
Next one, please.
Dad to not to lash out.
So you said dad not to lash out. Okay. Can I ask you, how is your dad when he does hit you? What's his...
Angry.
He's angry. And can I ask you how you're feeling when that happens?
Angry, upset.
Do you also show the same behaviour back?
Yeah.
Do you also hit when you're angry? Right.
I feel like no one wants me.
What do you mean by
I feel
that?
like I'm like a disgrace.
Thank you. OK, Buster, if you could stand up on the podium, please.
If I say something to Josh and he just blatantly ignores me, that frustrates me. That gets my anger going. Josh, if I ask you to do something, it generally needs to be done then. I need it done then. And not to hit as much as you do. Your hitting, specifically of your mother, upsets me. When you hit your mum, I get really upset and angry, and I tend to hit you back. If you hit me, it may take 10 or 15 minutes of some sustained hitting, but I will hit back.
Jo thinks it's important to stop the situation between Josh and Buster escalating, and she wants to find out what's been triggering it.
Let's just say that I've asked him to do something. Josh, go and brush your teeth. No, I'm not going to do it. Just brush your teeth. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it when I'm ready. Why? Because I say so. You're an idiot, and I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
And then usually expletives come out as well.
Right, OK. Don't argue with him. He's looking for open door to start arguing with you. He wants to hurt you. He wants to make sure that he can push that button. Bang!
You can never quite tell with Josh how he's going to attack you.
If I hold you and I push you, what are you doing? If I'm putting my weight and I'm pushing you, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Fighting.
Huh?
Well, I'm fighting back, it feels like.
Right, exactly. So how do you stop that? If I'm going in with you, how are you going to stop it?
Got to get out there.
Because I want you to turn and block. OK? Use your arms to block. All I want you to do is block. If I come into you and you turn to the side, then what? You see what you're doing? So you're blocking me. OK? Once you've blocked, then walk away. All right? I don't want you to take the 15 of those. More of that. More of this, because all that does is wind you up. The more he pushes you, he gets you to a place that you snap. And then when you snap, that's when you hit him. OK? Because then you lose it. All right? And you never want to be in that place, and you don't want what you had with your dad. You don't want that with your son. You're going to break that.
I can do it.
I believe you can.
Coming up, what Buster says goes.
Lie down on your face.
And Corin's now fighting on two fronts. Across the series, Jo Frost has brought practical parenting advice to families up and down the country. From the boy who thought he was a superhero to the little girl who was permanently scarring her face.
I've tried really hard and I don't know what else to do.
Her advice has made a massive difference to family life. And today she's helping Mum Corinne, who's exhausted because of Oliver and his little brother's dawn raiding. Joe's uncovered that Oliver and his brother have been able to get up to whatever they like.
Why have you done that?
To get this sweets and treats burglar to stay in bed at night, Joe is going to need Mum to start being the boss during the day.
He needs to know from you during the day as well that what you say, you mean and you follow through with.
Okay.
All right? And when you start to follow through with your discipline, then he'll know to take you seriously.
Okay.
First of all, Joe wants to make it clear Oliver's no longer allowed to help himself to unhealthy treats.
Snack jar. I need one boy by the name of Oliver. Right, come and sit down, young man, because Mummy's going to have a talk to you about this jar.
Every day you're going to choose 2 snacks to go in your jar.
You need to look at Mum.
And you'll have them when I say you can have them. If you eat them before I say you can eat them, then you'll have nothing, no snacks at all for a very long time.
Do you understand? Okay, because... Why?
Because you keep eating all the food out of the cupboard and that's naughty. Okay, and you're helping yourself. So this way, Mummy and you get to choose what you have.
In order for Mum to establish even more authority, it's time to take the Dawn Raider back to the scene of the crime.
You get up here and you go climbing, don't you? All right, well, we don't want to see that behaviour anymore. Why, Mummy?
Because it's dangerous, Oliver, and you'll fall off and hurt yourself.
And what else? And why? What else?
Because they're not for you to eat, are they? You're going to have your snack jar and just eat the food in your snack jar. Mummy's going to take all of these away tonight and put them somewhere else. She's going to put them all in the bin. OK?
To show Oliver Mum's ready to crack down, he's going to have to watch the cupboard being emptied of every last sweet. And he's going to get a safety briefing too.
What's dangerous in the kitchen, Oliver?
Knives.
Yeah.
Scissors.
Yeah. That's right, good boy, you do know. So they need to go on top of the fridge, Mum.
OK.
No climbing up now. All right, you start climbing up. You start climbing up and getting up on all of these things. Don't want any of that. Yeah? Okay.
Sergeant Major Mum is now writing down the times Oliver will be allowed to have his snacks. While Joe is helping Mum work out the finer details of the snack plan, Oliver and Thomas start misbehaving next door.
Okay.
Listen to the stories before you assume who's done what.
Right, what happened?
One at a time.
Wait. Oliver? Oliver did what? Pushed you upstairs.
I didn't. No.
What did he do?
I said to go to bed.
You told him to be quiet.
Hang on. What did Oliver told you to go to bed?
Yeah.
So what did you do to Oliver?
I don't know.
What happened?
He spat at me.
Because?
I said go to bed.
And then he spat at you. Why are you telling him to go to bed?
He's down here.
It's not your job to tell him to go to bed. That's Mummy's job. You're not a mummy or daddy. That's my job. You, for spitting, will go on the step because that is disgusting behaviour, Thomas, and I'm not having that. No. You will sit on the step for 3 minutes for spitting. I'm not having you spit. It's disgusting.
What, there is a firm voice in there somewhere? It's there. You see that tone? That's it.
Okay.
I mean, that is the tone, that's the firmness.
Okay.
All right? That repulsed you. You're like, the spitting, disgusting.
It's disgusting.
And I'm not having that. It's the same thing. I'm not having you not listen.
Okay.
You're going to do as you're told. You can listen to Mummy. All right? You're stepping up. Okay? It's about time they listen to you, right?
Yes,
You're fed up of being a pushover.
Yes.
Fed up of being that doormat. Fed up with them just looking at you and going, okay? So you have to stand up for yourself. And this is about them giving you the respect as well. That tone, this firmness, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want. Exactly that.
No, you can come up and say sorry and you won't do it again.
Mum feels, I would say Mum feels empowered. I think Mum feels that certainly she's able to take on tomorrow and the next day, and I hope she can continue next week. There's much that Mum had to learn. She had to kick in with a timeout. She had to kick in with making sure that, you know, she was heard and was able to follow through.
Give him a cuddle. Come on, shake hands then. Good boy.
Jo Frost has taken to the road to help as many parents as she can.
Because we go out of the room, she continuously wakes up. Like, it can be every 20 minutes.
He doesn't sleep a full night in 5.5 years.
1 out of every 5 infants struggles with getting to sleep. For parents, the knock-on effect of a sleep-deprived child can be incredibly stressful.
Well, he'll eventually get himself to sleep in the evening. He'll sleep for about 2 or 3 hours, then wake up. It does suffer with severe eczema, so he's waking up itchy. But it's taken ages to get him to settle off. He wants belly rubs, and he's saying his skin's itchy. And then he'll doze back off again, and then he'll be sneaky. And when we're asleep, he's now learnt that if he creeps in, he'll creep in the bottom of the bed because he knows he's not going to disturb us.
When he sneaks into bed, he's not put back into his bed, all right? So if that means that you're going to put a charm on your door so that you can hear it or be consciously aware of it, one of you's got to get up and put him back to bed.
Then he'll scream, he'll kick, he'll throw things at the door, he'll start getting abusive.
When you see that naughty behaviour from him, then you want to be able to discipline that the next day. So if all the kids are out riding their bikes, if all the kids get to do something, he can't do it. I was born with eczema, okay, so I was one of those kids that does exactly what this little one does every day. And he'll scratch in the same places and you'll see, right? It's the same. So be sympathetic to the fact that obviously, you know, it's a very frustrating time for him, but it doesn't mean that he can get out of bed and get into mummy and daddy's bed. And if he's really frustrated and he's red in the face and he's got blood everywhere, they're on the streets, give him that 15, 20 minutes, calm him down, you know, give him the little rubs that he likes, whether it's on his tummy or his back, and say, right, that's it now, we have to go back to bed. All right, sunshine?
In general, if your child has trouble sleeping because they're very poorly, it's your call whether they sleep in your bed for a few days to comfort them. However, when they show signs of improvement, put them back in their own bed. That way you won't create bad sleeping habits.
Mum Laura is at her wit's end because she can't get her 3-year-old daughter to stop breastfeeding.
And how many times have you tried, I'll say, to wean yourself, the little one, from breastfeeding?
There's been, you know, when she was younger, I tried and I got through the first night, and then the next night she went and I gave in. I tend to think that I need to keep the household quiet because I've got 3 other children.
Okay, so you haven't got her into it as like a healthy sleeping pattern?
No, she sleeps in the bed with us. She has got a bed in her room, but I can't get her in it.
Right,
okay, in a minute. She wakes, she needs the boob to go to bed. She needs boob in the middle of the night when she wakes up to get her back to sleep. And then in the day, if she's tired, she'll just keep asking, and she'll literally rip at me. And kind of.
But you, right, so she's wanting it now. Is that the poke of I want it?
Yeah.
So you're now feeling like a cow expressing milk right now, and she wants booby. What I am going to give you right now is a sleeping technique that you can do with her so that she can learn to sleep in her own bed. And once you've made up your mind that you are going to stop breastfeeding, then you must follow through with that. She knows that when she creates a certain type of behaviour, you give in and you give her the boob. And she has you at ransom because you're scared of waking up the whole house. You're going to establish a very clear bedtime routine. The last hour of her day, between 6 and 7, calm her down, read bedtime stories and get her into bed, okay? Once you've done that, let her know that you're going to go downstairs or upstairs, you're going to do your thing. Comes out of that bedroom, you're going to say to her, it's bedtime, darling. Okay, then you're going to take her back into her bed, all right? When she's crying and throwing a major tantrum, all right, you're going to take her back into her bed again the second time and say it's bedtime, okay? The third time she comes out, you're going to actively ignore, okay? If she knows that every time she gets up, you're going to have a conversation with her and give her the boob, then guess what? She's going to get up time and time again.
Yeah, okay. I'll try. I'll do it.
Don't try. Don't try. You know what I want you to do? Make up your mind that you're going to do it, and then when you do it, go the whole hog.
Yeah.
11-year-old Josh no longer listens to his dad, Buster, because of their constant fighting.
I don't mind you helping me, but you must listen to what I say because barbecues are dangerous.
To To deal with this, Jo set them an obstacle course where they're going to have to work together as a team.
I want us to play this little game where we have to trust the other person, all right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take Dad and we're going to take Josh. And Dad, you're going to lead Josh. If he says to you, Josh, stand on your right foot and put your left leg up in the air, that's exactly what you're going to do. Underneath the start box, Josh, we are going to blindfold you. So that means you really do have to rely on trust. All right? Buster?
Dad, I'm counting on you.
Hey, ninja in tights. Okay, 1 step to the right. 4 paces forward. Right. Lie down on your face. Move to your right. Now keep moving to the right. Bring your legs around, that's it. Crawl forward. Come on. Keep coming. Okay, stand up. Stand up. Well done, you got through the bench. You're even dirtier now than you were before.
He has the ability to listen and to take direction.
Stop. Put your right leg up and down.
Which is a good exercise for him because it means that he's going to learn to use more self-control.
Well done. You're going apple bobbing now. Best wash his head in a week. You can do it, son. So get your head in there and bite that apple.
Yeah, you nearly had it, you nearly had it!
Hey, got one out. And finish. Well done, you.
Well done, Dad. You know what? You did really good. The point is this, OK? When we listen and we take direction, we get things done, OK? Because it's a skill, all right, to not be impulsive and just go and do what you want to do, to actually have the discipline to stop and to listen and to take direction.
Jo's leaving Josh and his family with the building blocks they need to make changes. But it's now down to them to do the hard work.
So do I get some love or what? Huh? OK. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Thanks. Listen, lovely working with you. Yeah. Listen, take care. Take care. You too. So it's been a long couple of days. Much has been done. There's much to absorb and there's much to do. It takes a long time to get to this place where things are broken, and it takes time to put it back as well. You need patience, you need lots of love, and at the end of the day, you certainly got to be parents that are not prepared to throw in the towel because it's important enough for you to keep doing that work. They will see the results, but they've got to work for them. They've got to work for them, so we'll see how they get on.
Coming up, has Josh learned to hold his temper at mealtimes?
That's it.
Will you sit back down, please, Josh?
And does Oliver get to grips with his new eating regime?
Mum, is it snack time yet?
It's not snack time yet.
You're the worst parents in the history of parents!
Josh's family were finding it difficult to deal with his violent outbursts and bad behaviour. Jo's plan was to fix Josh and his dad's relationship in order to fix the whole family. And since Jo left, Josh and Buster have really turned a corner.
We're going to karate.
With their relationship on the up, things are also getting better at home.
It's very nice not to be shouting and for a few days now. It's been lovely. I'm sure we're going to have, you know, the odd blips, but I think Jo's given us the tools to be able to deal with it.
Before Jo met the family, dinner times used to be all-out war.
Let me go! You're the worst parents in the history of parents!
Sit down at the table until we've all finished, please.
Back or pass it.
Will you sit back down, please, Josh?
But my else.
You're free to go till we're finished, mate.
Everyone hasn't finished yet.
Since Jo left, the family have been turning her advice into action, and things are beginning to change.
Hand in front of you, mate. dinner time is definitely calmer than it used to be. When I told him then that he needed to sit at a table while we were all still sat here, he wasn't very happy about it, but he didn't kick up a big fuss and he didn't walk off, which is a big achievement, I think.
Jo was called in to help Corinne because her son's dawn raiding was causing a multi-pack of problems. After Jo's advice, out went the sweet cupboard and in came stricter parenting, a healthy snack jar and snack times. It's the day after Jo's visit. There's not a whisper of Oliver, but there is one very full snack jar.
No raiding the cupboards this morning, and as you can see from the snack jars, snacks are quite healthy now rather than what you would have had.
Mum, is it snack time yet?
It's not snack time yet.
And then can you call me? Say snack time, Oliver. Yeah?
Well, you can come and have a look at the clock and see when it's snack time. Why don't you have a look at the clock now?
Yeah.
Right, what does it say on the clock? Have a look.
9, 2, 1.
Okay, so what does that mean?
No.
Not yet?
No.
Okay, what numbers need to be up there for snack time?
10.
10 o'clock. Right,
10,
okay.
0, 0, and 15, 15.
Right, okay, good boy. Their behaviour's been really good today. Oliver's asked a few times for his snack jar, but he's been generally quite good. I think they know now Jo's gone that Mummy's stepped up and hopefully it'll start changing.
15 days later, Jo's decided to call Corinne to hear how things have been.
So you know why I'm calling you? I want to find out what's been going on since I left.
Well, Oliver's stopped raiding the cupboards.
Fabulous. How strong have you been in following through?
Very strong. Chris has been very impressed.
I'm pleased to hear that because the boys needed that from you, you know?
The boys know now if I say don't do it, they don't do it.
You see, you're following through. Look at you. And you were like, oh, I don't think I can do this. Good for you. That's marvellous. You must feel a lot better.
Oh, I do. I feel like I can fight the world now and take the world on.
OK, keep it up.
Thanks for all your help.
You've come a long way already.
I know.
OK, take care. Summer love to everyone.
I will do. Thanks, Jo.
Bye.
Bye.
A fortnight after Jo left Josh and his family, she wants to know how they're getting on.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Josh, how are you doing?
All right, thanks.
How's things been? Like, have they been better since I left?
Yeah.
What are the things that you particularly have recognised have been better for you?
My relationship with Mum and Dad.
How has it been better, Josh?
Everyone, we're all trying hard.
All right, look, listen, I'm just going to quickly speak to Mummy and Daddy, all right?
Yes, Jo, I love you and I love you all. I love what you do.
Thank you, my love. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, I will do.
Are you happy with his commitment with karate?
Yeah, I hope that he's really keen on doing it.
Getting lots of positive praise from you is going to be absolutely essential in him feeling really good. And that will build his self-esteem, and we need Josh to feel good about himself.
Okay.
Okay, remember what I said. Never give up. Never give up.
We won't. We're determined now. We do have good days and bad days, and Josh certainly does push the boundaries at times. But I think we're on the whole handling it much better than we were before.
All right, my loves. Well, listen, lovely to speak to you all. Give the kids a big hug for me.
All right, Jo. Thanks very much. Bye.
I've got you.
I really do hope that this family continue to improve their circumstances. That's what you want for every family. You want every family to have, taken the tools and the techniques and the advice and make a better life for themselves.
I feel really, really optimistic about the future. I mean, I'm not expecting every day to be fantastic because, when you've got kids, it isn't. You do have good days and bad days, but, it is going to be better.
Next time, Jo catches up with families she's helped in the past.
You look so good.
To find out whether computer-obsessed Bailey has returned to his 80-hour-a-week habit.
I'm just really tired. £450?
If Madison slipped back to being a spoiled pageant princess with attitude.
Mummy, do it. Mummy, do it.
And if Paige is back to sleeping in her mum's bed.
Go to bed, Paige, now.
Paige has never ever spent a whole night in her own bed. Never.